What's up, everybody? This is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I just finished reading an article about a general kind of getting replaced immediately now that Donald Trump's coming in, and many people having to kind of just leave their post, whether it's their government job or their contract job, because the Obamas are leaving, right? And that happens with every administration change of everybody and every face that you saw familiar. Now, what's going to be different about this one, of course, is high-ranking minorities are going to be kind of pushed out, right? And they're upset about it, which they should be. But here's my deal. You guys are not going to like what's going to happen in the next 4 years. Because I think our economy is getting truer to parts of Brazil, truer to parts of places that have real raw capitalism, where you have a lot of poor people on the bottom, like really poor, and then really wealthy, and not much in between. And we've already been there. We've been kind of going there for years. But here's the deal. And this goes for white people, black people, Asian people, whoever, right? Which Asians don't really have that problem as much as everybody else. If it's own or be owned. If you do not own a home, if you do not own your car, if you do not own a business, if you do not own anything, you don't have any investments. 53% of the black community is unbanked. I think it's almost like 43% of the Hispanic community is unbanked. They have no bank. They're using these cash checking places. They're doing all this stuff that takes money out of your pocket and doesn't let you build wealth, which I've talked about in other videos about the secondary markets. But with a lot of Hispanic communities, as far as flea markets and selling things, cash, handyman work, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you don't own anything, this is going to be a rough next couple of years. Rough. And I don't know how to explain it to you any other way than it is going to be so daggone rough. And you're going to see poverty unlike anything you've seen before. And I think people, kind of offhandedly don't believe that, or, oh, Erica will be fine. But the real deal is, if you don't own anything and you don't have any assets, 47% of middle class Americans, if asked what were they going to do if they had to come up with $1,000 to $2,000 on the fly, they literally said they'd have to sell things or borrow it. Now, I asked them what happens if they didn't have $400. They're like, what would you do if you have $400? Same answer. We'd have to sell things or borrow it. $400. I'm just saying, when you see cars working on the side of the road, you see a lot of these lower income communities with all these extra cars, it's because they just don't know. When something happens and they don't have a car, they are ass out, right? And so that's why I'm doing so many videos and talking to you guys and putting it on the blog and trying to get you guys to understand, if you don't own 40 shares in Lending Club, or if you don't, 40 notes in Lending Club and a few shares in stocks and an insurance account and just a few dollars here and there adding up over time, if you really focus for a year, makes a world of difference. Makes a world of difference. If you save $100 a month and at the end of the year you have $1,200, you'll have more money saved up than like 70% of Americans. And that's for real. It's that negative in the negative. And people really think the average American makes $50,000. No, honey, that's the average. The average person is making that $10 to $15 an hour job, making anywhere from, $1,600 a month to $2,000 and some change a month. So really, it's a lot of people making $20,000 a year walking around. It's just they don't do those numbers because that makes people feel bad, right? Or if they say a family of four making less than $20,000, people know people like that. If you have a single parent mom working at Target or somewhere making $10, $11 an hour with 3 kids, that's a family of 4, and that's under $20,000, and they're in poverty. Clearly, that's what that is. And so, again, that's why I do these videos. That's why I talk about it so much, because I have seen the effects. I personally have struggled in ways where I'm like, dude, if I just had an extra $500 or just a credit card on the side, I would have never gone through that whole situation. That's just serious. Same thing in business, where I'm seeing if this person has a credit card and they market their YouTube channel or their Facebook with $1,000, their whole channel is blown up. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's what's happening and it's what's real life. So on that tip, own or be owned. I have a person who just closed on a house that I know of. They didn't put no money down. The only money they brought was to closing, was $3,000 to closing. And that was it. And then the friend who's in real estate worked with another lady. The only thing she bought to closing was $800. So a lot of you are like, oh, I'm getting this refund check and it's not enough to close on a house, Erica. But a lot of times it is. And people just don't realize it is. So Again, everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. If you haven't, make sure you check on the blog, sign up for the blog. I get to talk about a lot of stuff, get in-depth in some articles there. I love getting into it on that channel. And again, you see what some of the people getting kicked off Facebook lately. Own or be owned. Own your own platform. Or, if they want to kick you off or they want to cut you off or they want to censor you, it's just done, right? So protect yourself, be able to defend yourself, be able to market yourself, have control over your platform, and have control over your finances. Everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Later.